Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that has been experiencing some difficulty. This does have a reference to money, but of course, this can be a reference to a lot of different things. And it looks like with the Manifestor card, it's saying, yes, you've got some difficulties that you're facing, but it's nothing that you can't handle. It's about making sure that you're in the right frame of mind so that you can address whatever this is and, make the moves you need to so that these difficult times go away, right? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. My name, that's not what I wanted to go for. My general thought on this is there is something that we have with this manifestation that requires an action on your part. In other words, you can kind of make your power a little more powerful if you are really feeling like you've been up to date on what you need to do for healing, if there's a conversation you need to have, something you need to change in terms of your behavior. But there is a change in your fortune that is, I think, right around the corner. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below, and this is the Egyptian Tarot. What else do we need to know? Oh, also, I just started a couple new approaches to the shorts that I record, the like 60-second or so readings that I do. I've started a few that are pick-a cards. So I think I'll call them quick picks. And I'm hoping to hear back from you all in terms of whether or not you like that. So we've got the King of Wands and the Hermit. Yeah, there is wisdom that somebody is leveraging to take action and make changes. This is very positive, forward-moving energy. I know what I need to do, and I'm going to do it. Hello, Paula. Happy Friday to you. How are you? And I do feel like this is because you have been through difficult times. I feel like mentioning this is the same energy, right? I do feel like you've had to watch your own back. There have been people you could not trust. You've had to make sure that, what is yours is protected. Six of Swords. You're moving into easier territory or times, but Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Cups, Hierophant in the reverse. But there is somebody around you that might be a little dependent on you, or you might be dependent upon them. It's this Queen of Cups, does not have to be a female, right? Gender doesn't really matter in the tarot. This is energy. This is somebody who is sweet or caring or genuine, but they do have maybe a little bit unrealistic expectations of you. So with the Hierophant in the reverse, this could be someone who feels like you have to do more than you think you should have to do. But this could also be saying some of you, money improves after you let go of a relationship that is more something that you're doing because you feel like you're supposed to be there for someone and less because you actually want to be a part of that relationship. For others of you, this Hierophant in the reverse is more so indicative of an unconventional approach that you need to take in order to address this financial loss or these hard times that you're dealing with. You've got Three of Pentacles in the reverse and Strength in the reverse. It does look like where you make this change and how you address these difficult times, it's going to be a little challenging at first. This makes me think of like when you change your diet. If you've ever done keto, for example, it is not easy to change initially because you have to find out what has sugar in it, everything. You have to figure out what has, low enough carbs that you're able to consume it. This is somebody who's like reprogramming. Okay, I can't do this, or I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to talk to this person, or I'm not going to incorporate this, or I'm not going to think that way. This person is training themselves to do something differently because they know it's beneficial for them. 10 of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I mean, for many of you, it is distancing yourself from this person that helps you start a new financial chapter, especially if this person is dependent upon you. I'm not talking about you abandoning children. I think we all know that that's not what I would recommend. But this is saying if there is someone who leverages their connection to you in order to kind of manipulate you or get things from you, that's not something you should encourage, right? Or participate in. There's a better way to deal with that. So the Knight of Swords, for me, it seems to be a call to action for a conversation that needs to happen pretty quickly. This is the signs of the times. Hello, Illuminati. How are you doing? Rainbow, Hope, which is number 6, and number 44, Firefly, and Wonder. Yeah, this is all about a new chapter. I'm laying the groundwork for something different. I'm looking for a new job, or I've already found a new job, finding a new way for me to make sure that I have the money that I need. Or maybe I've reassessed my budget and I've found that, I can let this go and save money here. We've got number 4, yin yang balance. Exactly. Balancing the budget, right? And then power lines, energy. For some of you, there is an issue with regards to how much you're paying for energy. There could be a problem with your bill. For others of you, this is simply talking about how you use what you pay for and whether or not you could be more conservative or, frugal. Maybe you're making sure that you turn off the lights when you leave the room. Maybe you're making sure the refrigerator always shuts, or you don't just like stand there in front of it when it's open. You know what I mean? But there are changes and they are having real impact on your finances and the stability. There's just a decision that may seem somewhat unrelated, but it is related, and it gets you to that point where finally the finances don't seem to be such an issue anymore. Hello, Matt. How's it going? Likewise. So we have the 8 of Sky, which is 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Sky, 9 of Swords, with the 3 of Fire, 3 of Wands in the reverse. The reason, whoever I'm reading for, there is still some difficulties regarding your finances is because there is a behavior or a person. I feel like you're overly nice to them or they're overly nice to you. Maybe even both, right? Or y'all both like people pleasers. But this is like, I haven't taken action on this because I am nervous to, or I don't know if I really need to do that. For several of you, this is a relationship that needs to end because this person has been in some way kind of siphoning off your energy or your finances, like literal money. So we have the floating cat, which is the hanged man. Oops. The 5 of Sky or 5 of Swords in the reverse, and the 8 of Earth or 8 of Pentacles. When you finally make a decision, I do feel like you realize that it's a little difficult to cut ties with this person that is making it a taller mountain for you to climb in order to receive the kind of abundance you're supposed to have or to see the kind of success you're supposed to experience. 8 of Pentacles means you're ready. It's this Queen of Cups that's kind of holding you back. This could be somebody who's challenged or kind of threatened by your success. This could be somebody who is happy to let you do most of the work, that kind of thing. Sea Tom, which is the Knight of Cups. Sky Kitten, Page of Swords. And the Earth Queen, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so Queen of Pentacles is a great card to get when you're trying to see things improve from a financial standpoint. But we have an offer that somebody needs to be cautious about, because with the Queen of Pentacles, I do feel like you need to prioritize your bills, your budget, your requirements for a job, what you feel is necessary for a living situation. For some of you, you may be asked by a friend or a romantic interest to live together, but you feel like you would end up paying the majority of the bills. You don't need to be getting into that, right? Because I do feel like there's someone who is trying to get you to kind of take care of them. Moon in reverse. Three of Sea or Three of Cups, and the Earth Kitten or the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, hidden intentions. So I may be acting like we could be really great roommates, and, you know, the interview goes well, so you're like, sure, why not? Or we've been friends for a while, and I've never really told you that I don't tend to pay my rent on time, or maybe I'm really messy and you're really clean. But this is initially I thought this was going to work out. But I feel like now there's something you're doing to try to kind of like take advantage financially. This is the Character Oracle. When I use the Character Oracle, generally I say that not all of them, because they're a little more specific, may apply to your situation. So just take what resonates for you. All right, tell me more, please. Interesting. Very interesting dichotomy. So this is not difficult to place, because we have the Hermit as the individual who is making these decisions to change their life, right? Starting a new chapter, building a new foundation. This is our learner, because this is somebody who is taking cues from external places, seeking knowledge, right? They're inquisitive. They're aspiring to new things, and they're exploring new options. Explorer is on here. But we also have the Fool. Ignorance, rashness, and impulsiveness. This is the Queen of Cups. This is the person who maybe constantly asks to borrow money, or needs to, you know, stay at your place for a month because they got evicted. I'm not telling you to be cruel to people who are in need. I am telling you to please be sure that you have appropriate boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of by people who don't intend to help themselves. Hello, dude. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Hello, Frederick. How's it going? Traveler, seeker of horizons, adventurer, experience, and long journey. Elder, wisdom bearer, experience, tradition, kindness, and health. This would be clearly clarification of our learner, our hermit, right? This is somebody who's probably older than the Queen of Cups and has offered some helpful advice at some point. Our Queen of Cups could be an influencer, a trendsetter, content creator, a follower, or an online influence. And we've got, for clarifying the Traveler card, we've got Ascetic, which is Ascetic, just to be clear, because I know there's kind of some others that sound similar. Seeker of self-restraint, abstinence, purification, discipline. So what we have here is we have the Hermit and the Obstacle. Now, this Queen of Cups, who might be an influencer, doesn't necessarily make decisions that are well thought out. They are impulsive, right? So the traveler, somebody who is contemplating a long journey, right? Because the hermit goes on a journey generally by themselves, needs to be prioritizing self-restraint, because I do feel the Queen of Cups is trying to alter the hermit's plans, or is trying to threaten or cause some sort of obstacle with regards to the hermit's ability to make this journey. This could be a really important vacation or a really important move. It's a change that in some way threatens the Queen of Cups, possibly just simply because you're going to be somewhere where I'm not and I need to be around you all the time. Hello, Laniakia. How's it going? All right, this is the Golden Art of Vow. Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Swords in the reverse. King of Pentacles in the reverse. So there is something that has been repaired with regards to your financial sector. Things are improving, but it's like you were able to get the air mattress pumped full of air so someone could sleep on it, but there's a leak. So it's not quite solid, right? It's not going to really work. You're going to wake up in the morning and be sleeping just like right on the floor. You know what I mean? And it's because of this Queen of Cups. Like, not saying that they're like a leak. You're a vegetable. Sorry. You know, because there's a vegetable. It's called leek. Okay. Sorry. This is like your finances will continue to be a challenge until you address the boundaries that you need to have with this Queen of Cups. Until you address the fact that they, in some way, look at you as an ATM or somebody that will always help them. And it prevents them from wanting to help themselves. That's the issue, right? Not that you're being charitable. That is not a problem. You just want to make sure that you're helping people to be self-sufficient instead of enabling people to be codependent. It's a big difference. So 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, High Priestess. So just like rewind the video like 20 seconds and it's that like all over again. This is saying you have intuition. You're nobody's fool. You can tell that this person isn't really doing what they need to do for themselves and that they are relying on other people, probably primarily upon you, even though they're not doing what they can to, budget, prioritize how they spend their money in a way that makes sense instead of like, I don't know, blowing it all on Legos. I know you've done it before. Hello, Khalil. How are you doing? True. 6 of Cups in the reverse. This to me feels like people pleasing because it's clarifying the 10 of Wands in the reverse, which is a sense of being like overwhelmed. Like I could manage things if I wasn't constantly trying to make sure that you were also managing things. You make it impossible for me to actually budget or for me to control what I could control because you throw random requests or, like you need to borrow something. And that was what was supposed to buy my groceries this week, So Ace of Swords, King of Swords in the reverse. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who is obviously a charitable person, somebody who really does like to see everyone doing well. And it may be one of the more difficult things for you to do, but you do need to tell this person that they need to start taking care of themselves. They need to make some changes because you're making changes. This is, and for some of you, like, here's $50. I'm not going to give you money ever again. So I hope this helps you for a long time. I need you to actually sit down and calculate what you spend on average each month for food, for coffee, for gas, for whatever it is, right? And I need you to take charge of those bills in a way that shows that you are responsible because I cannot be responsible for you. I want to see you do well, but you are not managing you, right? It's not going to be an easy conversation, but this person does respect you. The problem is they don't necessarily act like they respect you because they keep feeling like they can come back and ask for more or count on you to be willing to bail them out, right? Hey, Peggy, how's it going? We've got Moon in the reverse and Two of Pentacles. So you may be kind of warring with yourself. You know, do I finally say to this person, I know that you're capable of managing your own finances. And maybe sometimes the only way you can find that out is if you really, you know, remove the training wheels. You're going to go ride that bike on your own. I'm not going to be there for you. So if you know that now, will you make different choices? Will you actually budget things? Will you make sure that you're, you know, able to cover your rent and able to afford the gas you need, that kind of thing? So this could be like a parent relationship. This could be, you know, like an ex. Or like a sibling. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Yeah, I think that's true, Khalil. Serendipitous. Right place, right time, lucky and unexpected. Guidance. And emotions. So even though this Queen of Cups is probably going to get a little emotional about what you tell them and how you know, maybe say it rather directly, it is, I think, absolutely within your power to find the right time to have this conversation. And you are smart enough to convey it in a way that they'll understand and hopefully be less offended than you're worried about. But I do think they're going to cry. And this is part of their manipulating situations, right? If I cry, will you change your mind and continue to, you know, be an ATM for me or make things easier for me so that I don't have to accept responsibility? So it's important to stress that this is not because you're trying to be mean. This is not because you're trying to disadvantage this person. This is because you know that they are capable of taking care of themselves. When you give them a little bit of an ego boost or a reminder that they are capable, I don't know if it's necessarily that ego is the issue, right? It's you have the ability to do this. You can create your own harvest. They don't need to rely on you, right? You're kind of allowing this person to remember that they are more independent than maybe they act some days. So this is the Crow Tarot. What else do we have? Ten of Pentacles. I like to see it, especially since we had that in the reverse at the beginning. Ten of Pentacles is generational wealth or a large sum of money or stability, right? Eight of Cups. Five of Swords. When you walk away from the person who keeps making it more difficult for you to have this stability or for you to have a savings account. We have the Emperor. That's your energy. The Hermit, King of Wands, is also your energy. Pretty strong on Aries, by the way. And then we've got Two of Wands in the reverse. Look, it's not going to be easy because you're going to see this person that you care about. Two of Wands in the reverse, Six of Cups. You're going to see them mess up. You're going to see them not do perfect, right? They may come back around again and cry and say, are you sure you really have to do this? But it's because they're still struggling with believing in themselves, because it's still such a natural like muscle movement for them to fall back into, I can't do this, somebody needs to do it for me. I'm trying to think of a good example. I used to have a little bit of a fear of power tools. I wonder if it might be related to the fact that I used like a power washer out here and totally cut my toe because I thought it was smart to wear sandals. I don't know. I'm just kind of a little bit of a clumsy person. But once you arm yourself with the information that you need to be safe when you're using power tools, then it becomes more like empowering. Like, hey, I made that, or hey, I did that whole thing. It looks better now. I used a saw, like I was able to do a tiling project that incorporated a wet saw. All these things are demystified, or like you're able to see that they're actually quite doable once you take that chance, right? So this person is going to go through a little bit of the scaries. I don't want to do it myself. It's okay. Use some protective eyewear. Check out a video on YouTube. Make sure it's, plugged in and your fingers are maybe protected too. You got some gloves, whatever. You'll be fine. So this person's going to be nervous. They're not going to want to take care of themselves. They're going to want you to continue to do things for them. Hello, Darnell. How are you doing? And they're maybe going to have a little bit of difficulty with those bills initially. It gets worse before it gets better. But if you run to their aid, they will never learn. Temperance in the reverse. They have to experience the consequences of not managing their bills, or they will forever expect other people to handle those consequences for them. But they will learn. As long as you have those boundaries, right? As long as you have those rules in place. There's a way for you to be kind and generous and caring for people that doesn't mean you put your own finances at risk, right? Yes, exactly. All right, this is the Tarot de la Nuit. What else do we have? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, codependency. Page of Pentacles in the reverse, resisting change. I don't want to do something different because I like it when you're responsible for the things that I'm supposed to be responsible for. Chariot in the reverse. Eight of Cups in the reverse. They're going to come back around when they run into an obstacle, or when they run out of money, perhaps, when they need some ramen. Two of Pentacles. We don't want people to starve, but we also need people to realize they're capable to, take care of themselves too, right? So we've got Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands in the reverse. They're going to exaggerate what's going on. So it may make sense for you to ask specifics or to see what's going on. But I feel like in particular, just giving cash to this person is a no-no. Five of Cups. Death. World in the reverse. Strength in the reverse. It's when this person feels like they really can only rely on themselves that they begin to change, that they begin to realize they are perfectly capable of doing this. They don't need to be dependent on others. They need to have that change in perspective after kind of learning a difficult lesson. So it feels like your money improves before theirs does, because you're no longer a doormat for this person. They may try to make you feel guilty about that. And I don't want you to feel guilty about that. I know that's real easy for me to say, but making sure your money is right before you try to save other people is not something that you need to be feeling bad about. It is your money. You do not have an obligation to this. This is not like a child, not in this reading. This is somebody who does not have the right to expect you to pay for everything or to constantly bail them out. That's the lesson they need to learn because it's messing with your finances. Emperor, Page of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. So there's a conversation that ends up happening. I do feel like they begin to see things more clearly after maybe some tears have dried. But this is not going to be an easy lesson. This is not going to be a change that they willingly pursue at first, right? But once they get a little bit of a taste of independence and they have that sense of achievement, like, oh, well, I did that. That wasn't as bad as I thought. Then I do feel like things get better more quickly than you imagine. But there is like a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a like, why would you do this, right? And then the Sun, enlightenment, happiness. Okay, now things are better. Now you're being more responsible and considering things in terms of long-term and not just short-term gratification. This is the Kipper. Exactly. Courthouse in the reverse and Thief in the reverse. You don't need like necessarily like a legal situation. You don't need to, sue them for money or anything like that. But you can prevent them from siphoning money off of you or delaying your success or your prosperity by encouraging them to pursue their own prosperity. Despair in the reverse. This person's going to find a way to be stable on their own. Wealthy man in the reverse. They may not be rich, but they're going to be able to take care of their own things. And this is where you're able to start accruing more savings or feeling like things are a little bit easier to deal with, right? You can focus on yourself or focus on your responsibilities. For some of you, I do see you buying a house in the near future, or if you're worried about selling a house, that's going to sell in the near future. Let's see. This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. What else do we have? Burrow, number 25. Exhaustion, lack of energy, questioning motivations, and realignment. I feel like realignment is the main thing here. You're helping someone realize just what they're capable of doing so that you don't have to do it for them. And with Meadow, we know it's going to be a success. You just have to stick with it. It's not going to be easy for you. It's not going to be easy for them, but you're able to do this. And we've got number 13, crossed. Choices, stuck, searching for purpose, daydreaming, and indecision. It may be difficult for you to choose to do this. It may be a little more challenging than you expect. But I do feel when you make this change, this Queen of Cups finds their purpose. And it makes it a lot more, I don't know, like doable for them to take care of themselves because they find a job that they really do enjoy. So don't feel so guilty. This is going to work out for everyone. It's just going to be a little painful at first. Kind of like taking out a loose tooth. All right. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. And I will see you on the next reading. Doodles.